The internet is in chaos right now because Chrisean Rock said something shocking on a late-night IG Live that quickly went viral. She didn't just comment on the Diddy verdict, she called out Cassie by name and said, "Cassie ain't no victim. She knew what she was doing. She's just mad he didn't choose her." The comments section exploded. Some begged her to stop talking, while others accused her of blaming a survivor, and this was just hours after intense courtroom footage from the Diddy case surfaced. Just like that, Chrisean went from trending to cancelled, but this time, it's worse. Insiders claim Chrisean might have a hidden connection to the case, something she never disclosed. Once you hear how she may personally know Diddy, her words might not sound like just an opinion, but a warning, and the fallout has already begun. Brands dropping her, blogs dragging her, and a former love and hip-hop star leaking DMIs that could destroy her career. To understand the storm Chrisean caused with her take on Cassie and Diddy, we have to rewind deep into the world of industry connections, secret parties, and alliances that were never public. Until now, because this wasn't just a random clout-chasing moment. Her bold claim, "Cassie ain't no victim," was personal. Let's go back. Diddy's name has dominated headlines this year: lawsuits, raids, leaked footage, and now a damning verdict exposing decades of abuse, manipulation, and control. When Cassie's lawsuit dropped last year, most of the public stood by her. She described a man who stripped her voice, isolated her, and used power like a weapon. Celebrities like Taraji, Rihanna, and former bad boy artists supported her. But Chrisean stayed silent. No tweet, no post, nothing. Until now. And when she finally spoke, it wasn't to support Cassie, it was to attack her. "I know how these girls move," Chrisean said. "I've been in the room. Y'all just mad." She told her story first. What did she mean by "I've been in the room"? Was she saying she witnessed something? That she knows Diddy's inner circle? Apparently, yes. Two verified insiders say Chrisean attended private industry parties hosted by Diddy's team before she rose to fame with Blueface. One Miami stylist claims she showed up often, uninvited, but always let in. Loud, yes, but familiar. Security never stopped her. A former music video director even tweeted after Chrisean's IG Live, "Don't act new. Rock. You were laughing at jokes," Cassie cried over. Now fans are asking, did Chrisean really see how Cassie was being treated? Was she complicit? Or is she just being reckless with her words again? Let's be honest, Chrisean is no stranger to controversy. Her rise was built on chaos, fights, emotional outbursts, public breakdowns, especially during her toxic relationship with Blueface. Some called her the female Kanye of viral mess. Still, she often framed herself as a victim, so when she, of all people, said Cassie isn't one, it hit a nerve. One commenter wrote, "You cry on IG every week, but can't see pain in another woman?" Hypocrisy loud, and the consequences hit fast. A brand deal she teased last week, cancelled. Influencers distancing themselves. A petition to block her from major podcasts has passed 50,000 signatures. But it gets deeper. A former Love and Hip Hop cast member leaked DMS and voicemails suggesting Chrisean tried to get close to Diddy in 2022. In one message, she allegedly said, "I know how to move. Tell Puff I ain't Cassie. I'm built different." That single line flipped the internet. Did she see Cassie as weak? Was she trying to get Diddy's attention? Was the IG Live a bitter reaction to being rejected, or worse, a cover-up? Because if Chrisean saw something back then, something incriminating, then her public defense of Diddy might not just be wrong, it might be intentional, and the fallout could be much bigger than losing brand deals. Chrisean's IG Live hit the blogs, and it didn't take long before her former friend Marissa, an ex-makeup artist who traveled with her before the Blueface fame, stepped in on TikTok. And she didn't hold back. "I watched her chase Diddy's circle for years," Marissa said. "This wasn't some slip-up. She's been obsessed with getting into his world since day one." Then it got worse. Marissa dropped voice notes, text, messages, and even a blurry photo of Chrisean at what appears to be a private Revolt afterparty in Atlanta, dated all the way back to 2021, months before she blew up on Zeus Network. In one alleged voice note, Chrisean is heard saying, "Cassie, let that man run her. I ain't built like that. I know how to handle bosses. Watch me." Wait, what? Was this always personal? According to Marissa, yes. She claims Chrisean idolized powerful men like Diddy and privately downplayed Cassie's abuse allegations all the time. Marissa recalled Chrisean saying things like, That girl just mad, he dumped her. If Diddy gave me a shot, I'd never fold. But the biggest twist came when Marissa posted what she says is an email screenshot from Chrisean, allegedly sent to Bad Boy South's creative team in 2022. In the email, Chrisean pitched a raw, female anthem for a CROC campaign, claiming she had a ghetto Rihanna vibe that'll blow up with Puff's name behind it. She even signed off with, "Let me prove I'm not her." Something about Chrisean's comments struck a nerve. Fans were deeply triggered. One commenter summed it up perfectly. "You cry on IG every week but can't recognize pain in another woman. The hypocrisy is loud. The timing is worse." And, just like that, the consequences started stacking up. A brand collab she teased last week pulled influencers distancing themselves. A petition to deplatform her from major podcast circuits already passed 50,000 signatures. But behind all this noise, something darker might be unfolding. A former Love and Hip Hop cast member just leaked DMs and voicemails allegedly showing that Chrisean tried to get close to Diddy several times over the years. In one 2022 message, she allegedly said, "I know how to move. Tell Puff I ain't Cassie. I'm built different." That one line blew up the internet. Now fans are asking, was this jealousy? Was her IG live a bitter response to not being picked? Or worse, was it calculated? Because if Chrisean did witness something back then, her public defense of Diddy might not just be irresponsible, it might be intentional, and what's coming next might cost her far more than sponsorships. When Chrisean's IG live exploded online, it opened the floodgates. Her former best friend Marissa, a makeup artist who worked with her before the Blue fame, came forward on TikTok. And she didn't hold back. "I watched her chase Diddy's circle for years. This wasn't a slip-up. She's been obsessed with getting in since day one." Then Marissa posted, voice notes, text messages, a blurry photo of Chrisean at a private Revolt afterparty in Atlanta 2021. Months before Zeus Network made her famous, in one alleged voice note, Chrisean says, "Cassie, let that man run her. I ain't built like that. I know how to handle bosses. Watch me." Was it personal all along? According to Marissa, absolutely. She says Chrisean idolized powerful men, especially Diddy, and routinely dismissed Cassie's abuse behind closed doors. That, "Girl's just mad, he dumped her. If Diddy gave me a shot, I'd never fold." Then came the twist. A screenshot of an email Chrisean allegedly sent to Bad Boy South's creative team in 2022. In it, she pitched a raw female anthem for a CROC campaign, claiming, "I've got a ghetto Rihanna vibe that'll blow up with Puff's name behind it." She signed it off with a now infamous line, "Let me prove I'm not Cassie. I'm a boss, not a puppet." That quote has since gone viral as the most self-dragging sentence in influencer history. But that's not where it ends. After the screenshots surfaced, Cassie's legal team allegedly reached out to Zeus Network, inquiring whether Chrisean had any contact with Diddy's circle or his affiliates. Sources close to Cassie's camp say they're now investigating whether Chrisean's viral rant was part of a larger attempt to discredit Cassie, possibly connected to Diddy's alleged damage control machine. Even DJ Academics chimed in before deleting a cryptic tweet. They using Rock to flip the script. Look deeper. Now, fans are asking the big question. Did Chrisean speak on her own? Or was she coached to create viral confusion and shift the narrative? And then it got darker. A female rapper who asked to remain anonymous told The Neighborhood Talk that industry insiders had long suspected Chrisean was being used as a distraction tool, the loud one to take heat off someone else. Meanwhile, the media is cashing in. The Breakfast Club ran a full segment, "When the Protector Becomes the Problem, Chrisean's Fall from Grace." Entertainment Tonight announced a special on how influencers shape survivor narratives. Even Netflix's strong black lead account quietly unfollowed her, a silent but powerful statement. And now, even Zeus Network is reportedly panicking. Insiders claim a crisis meeting was held to discuss removing Chrisean from 2025 programming. "She's too hot to handle," one exec allegedly said. "She's a liability now." Some employees are demanding her permanent suspension. Others want to let the storm pass. But the public, they've already spoken. Combined petitions demanding a formal apology, a panel featuring survivors, and the removal of Chrisean from all Zeus platforms have passed 300,000 signatures. And in the middle of this, Cassie remains silent. No rants, no posts, no IG lives, just quiet dignity, speaking louder than all the chaos. But here comes the final twist. The real bombshell didn't come from a celebrity, journalist, or fan. It came from inside Christian's own team. A former team member known only as Jay, who says they worked as her digital strategist and assistant after the Blueface split, posted a thread that shattered everything. Jay claimed Chrisean's IG rant about Cassie wasn't random. It was planned. Y'all think she misspoke? Nah, that IG live was intentional, Jay tweeted late Monday night. I sat in content meetings. She said, I'ma say something real wild. Make 'em mad. That's how you go viral. At first, it sounded like another online reach, just another disgruntled ex-friend, clout chasing with vague claims and dramatic tweets. But then came the attachments, a thread of alleged screenshots from Slack and private Instagram, DMs. That, if real, paint a very different picture of what really happened behind the scenes of Chrisean Rock's latest headline-making moment. The rant that started ITAL just 4 days prior, Chrisean Rock hopped on IG Live, unfiltered, fiery, and shockingly dismissive of singer Cassie Ventura, who has been in the headlines due to her lawsuit and allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. Chrisean, with a blunt tone and signature defiance, delivered this line that made the internet stop in its tracks. I don't feel bad for Cassie. Like, she waited years to say something. That's weak to me. If it's real, why you didn't speak up sooner? Within minutes, blogs were reposting clips. Twitter was in an uproar. Celebs weighed in. Feminist influencers condemned her. Survivors shared painful stories in the comments. People demanded an apology, but Chrisean doubled down. No regrets. No backpedaling. That was the story until now. The leaked message what Jay shared made people take another look. The screenshots appear to show a Slack conversation dated 3 days before the IG Live, between Chrisean, her PR rep, a social media manager, and someone referred to as creative lead, Q3. Here's one alleged message from Chrisean, Cassie corny. She waited years to talk. I'm going to say that. Watch the blogs eat it up. Another message, presumably from her PR, reads, just be careful, the Diddy allegations are sensitive. You can have an opinion, just don't come off like you're attacking survivors. To which Chrisean reportedly responded, they gone, cancel me either way. Let's give em something to post. We need 5 meters views on this next clip. There's also an alleged DM from Chrisean to Jay, now shared in the thread. I'ma go live and stir it. I need traction before the drop. Watch what I say. The internet responds. Within hours of Jay's thread, hashtag Chrisean exposed was trending. Screenshots were reposted by every major gossip blog, at Blogbrats, at Tea with Tina, at No Chill Media, at Hollywood Unlocked. Twitter/X was divided, so she weaponized survivors' trauma for engagement. I knew it. The way she delivered that line was to calm. Like she rehearsed it. Y'all mad at Chrisean, but this is how the industry works. She just said it out loud. Maybe she's just unfiltered and y'all are reaching. These could be fake, but deep down, everyone knew. This changed things. The controversy wasn't just about one inflammatory comment anymore. It was about strategy, about intent, about using pain as content. Industry whistleblowers speak up. EJ's thread opened the floodgates. Within 24 hours, 2 former members of Chrisean's team, both anonymous, reached out to mid-tier YouTubers and podcast hosts to back up the claims. One of them said, we had weekly meetings around everything had to be planned around reaction, not substance. Every moment had to be big, loud, emotional. The more reckless, the better. Another insider claimed, she doesn't see herself as just an artist. She sees herself as a walking headline. If the internet isn't talking, she's not working. While this may not be shocking for an influencer or a TikTok comedian, for someone involved in commentary around abuse and real-world trauma, the stakes are different. Where's the line? This incident forces a larger cultural conversation that goes beyond Chrisean Rock. Where's the line between shock value and harm? In a world where algorithms reward outrage and conflict, public figures have learned to trigger reactions as a currency. But when you use real-world pain, especially the pain of women who've survived abuse, as part of a strategy to gain traction, is that just bad PR, or is it something darker? Cassie's case is not just gossip, it's a landmark moment in the conversation about power, silence, and survival in the music industry. When someone with Chrisean's platform flippantly discredits that, and then plans it, the blowback isn't just deserved, it's inevitable. Chrisean CONS. So far, Chrisean has not commented on the screenshots or Jay's thread. Her team hasn't issued a statement either. No denial, no confirmation. She posted a cryptic Instagram story early this morning that simply read, "Let M talk. I already won." Fans are split on what that means. Is it indifference? Damage control? Or proof that she truly believes the controversy is the content? Meanwhile, Cassie has not responded publicly to Chrisean's remarks or the unfolding backlash. Sources close to her say she's focusing on private healing and not giving energy to low-frequency noise. The real CIOs, regardless of how this plays out in headlines, streams, or comments sections. There's one truth: no viral clip can spin. Words matter. And when those words are calculated, rehearsed, and released into the world with full awareness of the pain they might trigger, that's not authenticity. That's exploitation. Chrisean Rock may have wanted to stir the pot. She may have gotten her views. But what she also got is something harder to shake: a broken trust. Not just from fans, but from the women and survivors who once saw her as a symbol of resilience. Who defended her, who rooted for her, who believed her pain wasn't just content, but courage. Now they're wondering if it was all just another storyline. A supposed reply from her publicist: "Be careful. That's touchy. But if you say it right, Shadoom will definitely post it." Boom. Receipts. Strategy. Intent exposed. The internet erupted. The narrative shifted instantly. This wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a bad day. It was a calculated play for clout. Built on the back of a survivor's trauma. One tweet said it best: she planned to disrespect Cassie for views. This is evil, not entertainment. Another user wrote, "She really said Cassie corny in a group chat like this was a meme rollout." But Jay, the former team member turned whistleblower, wasn't finished. They claimed Chrisean's entire team warned her not to go through with the rant, but she refused. She wanted to be the real one, the one who says what others are too scared to. She believed being loud meant being real. Jay also claimed Chrisean later tried to film herself crying to soften the backlash and play the victim, but her team shut it down. They refused. And then came the most damning evidence of all. Jay attached an audio file, allegedly a voice note from Chrisean, recorded just hours after her IG live. In the clip, she reportedly says, "They can cry if they want. I ain't backing down. If Cassie was strong, she wouldn't have stayed that long. That's on her." Read that again. If Cassie was strong, ... With that single sentence, Chrisean torched her entire narrative. The one where she claimed to support survivors. The one where she played misunderstood. Ashes, and now. Damage control is desperately underway, but no one's buying it. Her Instagram is a war zone. Brand deals are dropping like flies. Her own publicist resigned last night. One anonymous rep told Page 6, "We warned her. She refused to listen. Now she's radioactive." And the fallout might not end with her reputation. Rumors are circulating that multiple survivor advocacy groups are building a potential civil suit accusing Chrisean of public emotional defamation. That's right, a rarely used legal strategy that could set a precedent in how we protect survivors from weaponized smear campaigns. Meanwhile, Zeus Network, silent, and silence speaks volumes. Cassie's team, however, posted a single poetic Instagram story: "Let the storm pass." Truth always floats to the surface. No hashtags, no drama, just power. But here's what has everyone on edge. Jay ended their thread with a warning. There's more. A lot more. If she doesn't apologize in 48 hours, I'll drop the Cassie voicemail she tried to delete. Wait. What voicemail? We don't know yet. But if that tape exists, and it proves that Chrisean ever contacted Cassie directly with threats, dismissals, or insults, it's over. That wouldn't just kill her image, it could destroy her legal standing, if Cassie chooses to pursue civil damages. So now all eyes are on Chrisean Rock. Will she stay silent and let the house burn? Fake a breakdown to regain sympathy? Or, finally, truly apologize and mean it? Because if that voicemail drops, there may be no comeback. We've just watched one of the ugliest sides of fame unfold in real time. From leaked strategy docs, to group chats mocking survivors, to silence from networks that once praised her. And now the questions fall to you. The people who built these platforms, who made these stars, and who see through the smoke. Was Chrisean Rock a puppet in a bigger industry scheme? Should Zeus Network drop her? Does Cassie deserve a public apology, not just from Chrisean, but from all platforms that let her speak unchecked? Drop your thoughts below. This is bigger than drama. It's about how we treat survivors, how we hold influencers accountable, and how far people will go for clout and coin. Like if you believe Cassie's voice should be uplifted, share this story with someone who still doesn't get why this matters, and subscribe, because this story, it's not over. Cassie may be silent, but her team, her lawyers, her legacy, they're just getting started. And if what we're hearing is true, the next chapter is going to leave Hollywood shaking.